Activity-based costing, or ABC, has long been heralded as a transformative approach to cost management, promising to provide greater accuracy in product costing and better insights for decision-making. Yet, despite its theoretical appeal, the reality is starkly different. ABC has struggled to gain traction in the real world, leading many to wonder, why has this promising methodology failed? Today, we're diving deep into the ABC paradox, a fascinating puzzle that reveals the disconnect between theory and practice in management accounting. To start, let's clarify what activity-based costing is and why it matters. At its core, ABC assigns costs to products and services based on the actual activities that go into producing them. This method aims to replace the traditional, often arbitrary, overhead allocations with a more nuanced understanding of cost drivers. The idea is that by understanding where costs are incurred, organizations can make better decisions about pricing, product lines, and resource allocation. In the classroom, ABC looks fantastic, and in theory, it promises to revolutionize how companies view their costs. However, the story changes when we look at real-world applications. Research indicates that fewer than 20% of organizations have adopted ABC. In fact, a staggering 94% of those who chose not to implement it reported satisfaction with their existing cost systems. This raises a critical question. Why, despite its potential benefits, is ABC largely overlooked? The answer lies in several key factors that contribute to its failure in practical settings. First, let's talk about timing. ABC emerged in the late 1980s, a period when technology wasn't quite ready to support such advanced methodologies. The tools needed to collect and analyze data in real time simply didn't exist. The early adopters of ABC found themselves grappling with outdated systems that couldn't handle the complexity of tracking activity data. It's akin to trying to run a high-speed internet connection on a dial-up modem. There's just no way to make it work efficiently. Companies were overwhelmed with the idea of integrating ABC into their existing frameworks, and many opted to stick with what they knew, rather than risk further complicating their operations. This leads us to the second factor, the rigidity of traditional accounting practices. Accountants, by nature, are often creatures of habit. The traditional absorption costing method had been in place for decades, and many accountants were resistant to change. They viewed ABC as a threat to their established routines and were hesitant to invest the time and resources required for its implementation. As a result, the very professionals who could champion ABC became its staunchest opponents. The irony is palpable. Accountants, the guardians of financial accuracy, were the ones sabotaging a method that promised to enhance that very accuracy. Moreover, the lack of adequate training and qualifications among accountants further compounded the issue. Many professionals in the field lacked the necessary skills to understand and implement ABC effectively. Without a solid foundation in the principles of activity-based costing, they were ill-equipped to advocate for its adoption within their organizations. It's a classic case of being stuck in a cycle of mediocrity, where the fear of the unknown outweighs the potential benefits of innovation. But it doesn't stop there. The very systems designed to streamline operations, enterprise resource planning, ERP systems, were often not equipped to support ABC. Instead of enhancing the implementation of activity-based costing, these systems frequently hindered it. Early ERP systems were rigid and inflexible, making it difficult to adapt them to accommodate ABC methodologies. Organizations found themselves entangled in a web of outdated technology and cumbersome processes, leading many to abandon ABC altogether. Additionally, the lack of user-friendly interfaces in early ERP systems made it challenging for managers to extract the necessary data for ABC. The complexity of these systems became a barrier to entry, deterring companies from pursuing ABC despite its potential advantages. It's akin to trying to navigate a labyrinth without a map, frustrating and ultimately discouraging. Now let's consider the broader implications of this paradox. Despite the wealth of research and literature advocating for ABC, The disconnect between theory and practice remains significant. The academic community has lauded the benefits of activity-based costing, yet the practical application has not followed suit. This begs the question, how do we bridge this gap? How do we make ABC relevant and accessible for today's organizations? To reinvigorate interest in ABC, we must start by addressing the root causes of its failure. We need to equip accountants with the necessary tools and training to embrace change. This includes fostering a culture of innovation within organizations where accountants are encouraged to explore new methodologies and challenge the status quo. The mindset of, "this is how we've always done it," must be replaced with, "how can we do it better?" Furthermore, as technology continues to advance, we have the opportunity to leverage cloud-based solutions that simplify the implementation of ABC. Modern accounting software can automate data collection and analysis, making it easier for organizations to adopt activity-based costing without the overwhelming burden of manual processes. The time is ripe for ABC to make a comeback, but it requires a concerted effort from both accounting professionals and organizational leaders. In conclusion, the failure of activity-based costing is a multifaceted issue rooted in timing, resistance to change, inadequate training, and technological limitations. However, by acknowledging these challenges and taking proactive steps to address them, we can unlock the potential of ABC and transform the way organizations approach cost management. The ABC paradox is not an insurmountable puzzle. It's an invitation to rethink our strategies and embrace innovation in the ever-evolving landscape of management accounting. Let's take this opportunity to reignite the conversation around ABC and work together to create a future where accurate and insightful cost management is the norm rather than the exception.